Have you ever wondered why some women effortlessly captivate a man's mind, while others constantly chase, overthink, and get left waiting for a reply? You see, it's not always about looks, charm, or even chemistry. It's about control. Control over the way you move, speak, and exist in a man's world. But most importantly, control over yourself. Too many powerful women unknowingly surrender that control, giving their emotions away for free, reacting instead of strategizing, and chasing instead of being pursued. But what if I told you that the key to making a man addicted to you isn't about playing childish games or being someone you're not? It's about understanding Dark Stoic Psychology, the art of emotional mastery, perception control, and the quiet power that makes a man crave you like a fire he can't extinguish. This isn't about manipulation. This is about strategy. The way a queen moves on the chessboard is calculated, never desperate, never impulsive. A man's attraction isn't random. It follows laws. And one of the deepest, most unshakable laws is this: a woman who understands male psychology controls the game, not because she begs for love, but because she commands it. You see, Dark Stoic Psychology is about self-possession, a presence so unwavering that a man feels your absence like a withdrawal. It's the art of understanding a man's instincts, his mind, his ego, and using it against him, not to hurt him, but to make him addicted to earning you. Because here's the truth: men don't value what is given freely. They chase what they believe they can lose. Think of the most powerful women in history: Cleopatra, Empress Josephine, even modern icons who hold men in the palm of their hand. They don't beg, they don't explain, they command energy. Their presence is not given, it is earned. And today, you're going to learn the 9 unshakable social skills that will make a man see you as the one woman he can't replace. These are not tricks. These are principles, rooted in Stoic philosophy, psychological dominance, and relationship dynamics that have shaped human attraction for centuries. If you're tired of uncertainty, of second-guessing, of men taking you for granted, then prepare to shift the power. Because by the end of this, you won't be chasing love. Love will be chasing you. Comment below, "I am the prize," because you are. Now, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's begin. Number 1. Stop talking, make him speak, and crave your silence. Why do men chase a woman in the beginning, only to lose interest when she finally opens up? Why do they pull away the moment you feel comfortable enough to share everything? It's not your words that push him away, it's the excess of them. Women are raised to believe that deep conversations build emotional bonds, that openness leads to connection. But in reality, what builds obsession in a man isn't what you say, it's what you withhold. Think of power. The most powerful people in history didn't demand attention with noise. They commanded it with presence. A queen doesn't plead to be heard. She allows silence to work for her. And silence is one of the most intoxicating forces of Dark Stoic Psychology. The more you say, the more predictable you become. The more predictable you are, the less mystery surrounds you. And let me tell you, men don't crave what they fully understand. When you talk, you are only repeating what you already know. But if you listen, you may learn something new. Dalai Lama. Stoic philosophy teaches that control over one's words is control over one's power. A woman who speaks less yet observes more is unreadable. She is unpredictable, and unpredictability is a weapon. When you flood him with words, You remove the space for him to think about you. But when you create moments of pause, moments where he has to step forward, you trigger a psychological response. He starts filling the silence with his own thoughts of you. Picture this. You're on a date, and instead of oversharing, you let the conversation breathe. He asks about your past relationships, expecting you to spill your history. But instead, you smirk slightly, take a slow sip of your drink and say, "Some stories are better revealed with time." You've just left him with an open loop in his mind. And what does an open loop do? It demands closure. He needs to know more. That's how you make a man chase. Not by giving, but by resisting the urge to hand everything over for free. Dark Stoic psychology isn't about silence alone. It's about controlled speech. It's knowing when to say just enough to spark curiosity, but never enough to satisfy it completely. A woman who masters this skill holds the power in any interaction. She makes him work for her attention, crave her thoughts, and doubt whether he truly knows her. And doubt is what makes a man obsessed. Weak women rush to explain themselves, to clarify, to ensure he understands them. Powerful women let him wonder. He should be the one asking the questions, peeling back the layers, working to unlock the mystery that is you. When you embrace Dark Stoic psychology, you become the woman who lingers in his thoughts long after you've left the room. The woman he replays in his mind, trying to decode. And once a man starts trying to figure you out, you've already won. Now it's time to shift the power. Drop your need to over-explain. Let your silence do the talking. The less you say, the more he feels. And trust me, a man who feels your absence is a man who will chase your presence. Number 2. Control your emotions so he never controls you. A woman who controls her emotions controls the game. But let's be real. How many times have you felt like your emotions were being used against you? How many times has a man pulled away, acted distant, or played cold just to watch you react? If you've ever felt like you were losing yourself in the process of loving a man, this is where it stops. Because today, you reclaim your power. Most women are conditioned to believe that expressing every emotion means authenticity, but Dark Stoic psychology teaches something much deeper. Power is not in reaction, but in restraint. When you learn to master your emotions, you become the kind of woman a man cannot shake, cannot manipulate, and cannot forget. A man can sense emotional chaos like a predator senses fear. The moment he sees you unravel over a delayed text, a mood shift, or an unanswered call, he knows you are chasing, not him. And that is the very moment he pulls back, knowing that he now dictates the rhythm of the relationship. But what happens when you stop reacting? When his silence no longer makes you anxious? When his hot and cold games fall flat because you are unshaken? He becomes the one who wonders, the one who feels the shift, because suddenly you are no longer emotionally available on demand. You have mastered the Stoic principle of detachment, the art of owning your emotions, instead of letting them own you. He who angers you controls you. This ancient truth has stood the test of time for a reason. A man who can provoke you, can play you, but a man who sees you standing firm in your emotions, he learns that you are not a woman to be played with. Think of the most magnetic, irresistible women, the ones who never seem desperate, never over-explain, never break at a man's inconsistency. They move with grace, with quiet confidence, with an energy that says, "I am not here to prove my worth to you. I already know it." This is Dark Stoic psychology in its purest form. the ability to be emotionally unmoved, yet deeply compelling. So the next time he goes distant, let him. The next time he tries to push your buttons, smile. The next time he expects you to lose your cool, stay colder than ice. Because when you stop reacting, he starts questioning. He starts feeling the imbalance, and he starts chasing the mystery that is you. Number 3, Become the mystery he can't stop chasing. Why is it that some women walk into a room and instantly pull a man's attention, while others constantly try to impress him, only to be ignored? Why do men crave the thrill of the unknown, yet quickly lose interest in the woman who lays everything on the table? The answer isn't luck, beauty, or chance. It's power. The power of mystery, the power of Dark Stoic Psychology. Men are wired to chase, to seek, to pursue. It's embedded in their psychology, an instinct they can't suppress. But the moment he thinks he has you figured out, the chase is over. A woman who overshares, over-explains, and is too available hands over her power like a queen throwing away her crown. And let's be clear, you are no ordinary woman. You are a force of nature. Dark Stoic Psychology teaches us that the less you reveal, the more he will crave to know. The more he wonders about you, the deeper he falls. It's the difference between a candle flickering out in the wind and an untamed wildfire he can't control. You must be the wildfire. Think of the most legendary women in history, the ones who ruled not just kingdoms, but the hearts of powerful men. Did Cleopatra beg? Did Marilyn Monroe overshare? Number. They left just enough unspoken to keep men obsessing over what they didn't know. Their aura was not given, it was earned. This is where most women make the fatal mistake. They think if they tell a man everything, every thought, every emotion, every detail of their past, he will feel closer to them. But the truth? Familiarity breeds comfort, not obsession. And a man comfortable with you is a man who stops chasing you. Mystery isn't about playing games. It's about self-possession. It's about knowing that you are the prize, that you hold the power, and that he must work to uncover the depths of who you are. Speak less, reveal less, and watch how his curiosity turns into an addiction. A man's mind can't let go of a woman he doesn't fully understand. Dark Stoic Psychology teaches that powerful women control what they reveal and when. You don't give all your energy away. You move with intention. You drop hints, not confessions. When he asks about your past, you don't spill every detail. You smile and say, "That's a story for another time." When he asks what you're thinking, you let the silence speak before offering a response that keeps him guessing. Because here's the truth. A woman wrapped in mystery is a woman who owns his mind. A man who thinks he knows you will place you in the past. A man who wonders about you will chase you into the future. Now, it's time to shift the power. No more chasing, no more explaining. From this moment forward, you are the mystery. Comment below, let him chase the unknown. Because the moment you master this, he will never stop running after you. Now, hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready, because the next strategy will make him fear losing you. Number 4. Master your time. Make him beg for a spot in your life. Have you ever noticed that the women who are constantly available, waiting for his texts, adjusting their schedules to fit his, and making him their priority, are the ones who get ignored the most? Meanwhile, the women who live on their terms, who don't bend their world for a man, are the ones he chases relentlessly. That's not coincidence. It's Dark Stoic Psychology in action. Men are wired to pursue, not to be handed everything on a silver platter. When you make your time scarce, it instantly becomes valuable. And what is valuable? Desired. A woman who controls her time isn't just attractive, she's addictive. Because a man knows deep down he doesn't own her. She is not his world. He is simply trying to earn space in hers. Stoicism teaches one unshakable truth. You control what you allow in your life. And if you treat your time like an open buffet, men will come, take what they want, and leave without a second thought. But if your time is an exclusive, invitation-only event, he will wait in line, hoping for just a moment of your attention. That's the power of Dark Stoic Psychology, making him prove he is worthy before you grant him even a second of your presence. Every second you waste on a man who hasn't earned it is a second stolen from your empire, your growth, your purpose. The greatest queens in history didn't wait around for a man to text back. They had kingdoms to run, battles to win, legacies to build. You are no different. So, what will you do? Keep waiting on him, or step into your power and make him chase your time like a rare treasure. Number 5. Give less affection, make him work for every bit. Why do some women give everything, love, affection, time, only to be taken for granted, while others do almost nothing and have men obsessed with them? The answer is brutally simple. Men only value what they have to earn. Think of a rare diamond. If it were scattered on the streets, free for anyone to grab, would it still hold its power? Of course not. The moment something is too easy, too available, too given, it loses its worth. This is the unshakable law of attraction, and yet so many women violate it, showering men with attention before he has even proven he deserves it. But here's the truth. The woman who controls her affection controls the man's obsession. This isn't about playing childish games. This is Dark Stoic Psychology, the art of restraint, of discipline, of making a man crave every bit of you because he understands it is not guaranteed. Stoic philosophy teaches that true power lies in self-control, and in relationships, this means controlling who gets access to your warmth, your time, your love. When a man knows that your affection is earned, not freely given, he will move mountains for a single moment of your attention. Some may ask, but won't he lose interest if I pull back? Number A man loses interest when a woman gives too much, too fast, without making him prove his worth. The mind craves challenge, and if something is predictable, it becomes invisible. If you flood a man with love without any restraint, he doesn't see it as valuable. He sees it as expected. But when he knows that every touch, every moment, every word of yours must be deserved, you become his greatest pursuit. Women who are deeply desired understand this. You are the prize. Your affection is not a gift, it is a privilege. And when a man senses that privilege can be lost, he will fight for it like a starving wolf chasing its only meal. Make him work, make him wait, make him earn you. Because the moment he realizes he can't have you unless he proves himself is the moment he stops looking anywhere else. Number 6. Stay unshaken. A woman who never breaks owns his mind. Why do some women effortlessly command a man's respect while others get tested, ignored, or even walked over? It all comes down to one thing: emotional control. The second a man sees he can shake you, he knows he can own you. And if he can own your emotions, he controls the game. But here's the truth. The woman who never breaks owns his mind. Men are wired to push boundaries, not because they are cruel, but because they instinctively test for weakness. They watch how you react to silence, to inconsistency, to the things that make other women panic. They want to see, will she crumble? Will she chase? Will she beg for my reassurance? But the woman who moves through these tests with Dark Stoic Psychology, calm, composed, untouchable, is the woman who commands his deepest obsession. He who angers you, conquers you. This isn't just a quote, it's a psychological weapon. The moment you let a man's actions dictate your peace, you hand him the power. But a woman rooted in Dark Stoic Psychology doesn't play by his emotional rules. She's unshaken. If he pulls away, she doesn't run after him. She moves deeper into herself. If he tests her patience, she meets him with silence instead of outbursts. This isn't weakness. This is control. And control is the most magnetic force on Earth. Think of the strongest figures in history. Their power wasn't in their loud reactions, but in their unshakable presence. The Empress does not explain her worth. The Queen does not demand attention. She simply exists in her power, and men come to her. This is the mastery of Dark Stoic Psychology. The moment a man realizes that nothing he does can make you lose yourself, he will spend forever trying to break past your walls, desperate to earn what so many other men have lost. Stay unshaken, and he will never walk away. He will chase. Number 7, build yourself relentlessly, so no man ever defines you. Why do so many women lose themselves in relationships? Why do strong, intelligent women shrink themselves, waiting for a man's approval, measuring their worth by his attention? You were not born to be a supporting character in his life. You were born to be the center of your own empire. The moment you start living for a man's validation, you've already lost him, not because he doesn't care, but because men are wired to respect what they fear losing. And a woman who is constantly available, constantly proving, constantly bending to fit his world, becomes predictable, and predictability never breeds obsession. This is where Dark Stoic Psychology changes the game. The essence of Stoicism is power over self, mastering your emotions, your actions, and most importantly, your growth. You must become so relentlessly committed to your own evolution that he becomes the one trying to keep up. Men are hunters by nature, but what they chase is not just beauty, it's greatness. A woman who is so deeply immersed in her own expansion that she doesn't need him, but chooses him. That is the woman who owns his mind. Think of the women who leave men haunted, the ones they can never forget. They are not the ones who cried over unanswered texts or begged for attention. They are the ones who walked away with quiet confidence, who built their empires without hesitation, who knew their worth without needing reminders. The biggest mistake you can make is pausing your life for a man, waiting for his response, waiting for his next move, waiting for him to see your value. You do not wait, you build. Every second you spend obsessing over his actions is a second stolen from your own power. While you're overthinking, he's living. Why aren't you? Michelangelo once said, "The greatest danger for most of us is not that our aim is too high and we miss it, but that it is too low and we reach it. If your greatest ambition is to be his choice, you are aiming too low. Instead, become a woman so formidable, so magnetic, that choosing you feels like winning a war. This is your power. This is Dark Stoic Psychology in action. The moment you stop needing him, he starts needing you. Now, the question is, are you ready to build a life so powerful that no man could ever define it? Number 8. Listen like a queen. Make him feel heard, yet powerless. Have you ever wondered why some women hold a man's full attention while others struggle to get even a fraction of it? Why some women's words linger in a man's mind long after she's gone, while others are forgotten before the conversation even ends? The answer is not in what you say, it's in what you don't say. Most women make the mistake of thinking that talking more will make a man connect with them. They overshare, they fill silences, they think that by explaining, pleading, or proving themselves, they will win his heart. But here's the truth. A woman who speaks less but listens with precision holds more power than a woman who talks endlessly. Why? Because in Dark Stoic Psychology, the one who listens controls the conversation. And the one who controls the conversation controls the dynamic. A man is used to people either talking over him or waiting for their turn to speak. But a woman who listens, not just with her ears, but with intent, unsettles him. She's not just absorbing words, she is studying him. She catches every shift in tone, every hesitation, every contradiction, and that makes him feel exposed, vulnerable, weak. When you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. Sun Tzu. In this battle of attraction, your greatest weapon is strategic silence. Instead of rushing to fill gaps in conversation, let them linger. Instead of reacting emotionally to his words, observe. Instead of proving yourself, let him be the one trying to impress you. Men crave validation, but the moment they feel they are the ones seeking your validation, when they start explaining themselves to you, trying to earn your approval, that's when the dynamic shifts. That's when he starts chasing. Dark Stoic Psychology teaches that the less you give, the more valuable you become. A woman who listens like a queen commands a man's attention without begging for it. So the next time you're with him, slow down, let him talk, let him reveal himself. Because a woman who listens with power isn't just unforgettable, she's addictive. A woman who masters the art of listening doesn't chase, she commands. Dark Stoic Psychology teaches that silence isn't weakness, it's power. Let him fill the gaps. Let him seek your approval. Let him feel the weight of your presence. A queen doesn't beg for attention, she draws it in effortlessly. When you listen with precision, you make a man feel seen yet powerless, drawn to you in a way he can't explain. If you're done being the one who tries too hard, hit that like button and share this with every woman who needs to reclaim her power. Subscribe now, because this is just the beginning.